Right back a long way. He is making this ball talk. One of the reasons why so good, no warm-up deliveries, no loose deliveries. He had two deliveries, he made them count in the previous over. And then he's got that skill where he knows the length that needs to be bowled on a particular surface on a particular day, and that is what makes him so special. He almost play the lines, maybe.
Off stump line, it's probably leading. Outside off, it's probably coming in if you're not picking him. You almost play by line. Or is it there's always an easier game from here than there? Oh, that's come back into.
I think the latter. It's an easy game from up here. Actually, you have to be so careful. What you have to, what you have to do from a batting point of view is just play within yourself. You back your technique. You trust your eyesight. You trust the pitch. You have to trust the pitch. You have to get out of your head what it looks like or may do. You have to trust the surface because 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10 are going to be just fine, and they're your deliveries. You get a one that does something off the pitch, you can't do anything about it. Play within yourself, play within your strengths, and back yourself.
They'll be aware that there's a storm called Bumrah, but it's a storm that will pass. Can they just play out Bumrah?
Well, normally what he'd have a 4 or 5 over blast, but because the runs required now are only 105, you might bowl a little longer, a little, without the prospect of a whole day ahead of him.
It's a good lead to probably the over 2-1.
Already. Sudah. Itu mobile data.
What a game they watched. We talked about the rain in Bengaluru. Hardly ever will you get to see a test match as fascinating as this. So many facets to it. And it's still open. Might be sitting in New Zealand's corner at the moment with the door is slightly ajar. Siraj. Conway will get on the mark. That's heading towards the boundary. Bumrah cut it off for 2.
What New Zealand also need, for obvious reasons, is a partnership to take the atmosphere away. They need a 20 or a 30 partnership here, bring it down to, say, 70 required. And these people here, they will quieten down markedly to the point where it's a much more friendly atmosphere, a much more believable atmosphere to play. At this stage, they are expecting this camp here needs a partnership just to sit with the fact that it's
It's a cruel ball to get. And along with all that you said, they need a bit of luck going their way. Because that is exactly what Devin Conway had on this occasion. What a lovely delivery. Again, angling in. You feel that you need to play it, and then it just leaves you. Even Dhruv Jurel was going the other way. Following every ball. Doesn't matter if you're sitting square or wicket, you're following every ball. Into the pads this time down the leg side. So much in the mind. And all reason will say, look at an international side, you get 107. Sometimes in the mind, there's all kinds of gremlins. Is the ball doing too much here just now? What's the next one going to do? Is it going to hit a crack?
Yes, here's 107 was he asking about. When you look at this bowling attack, it's a world-class bowling attack. 107? Might with the quality of the attack and the nature of the pitch be, but it might well be 160. 107. When you look, there is no weakness. There will be no rest up. You can, I mean, Ashwin will bowl better. You know that when he gets a chance. We know today is going to be a handful. And of course, Kuldeep is a wonderful, wonderful bowler with variations and some help from the pitch. So, I mean, it's a perfectly balanced bowling attack for the situation. They just perhaps have not got enough runs to play with. But 107 looks a bit further away than it really is.
Yeah, absolutely rightly said. Because when you think of the first innings as well, you felt that against the spinners, New Zealand had a game plan.
Plays and misses, plays and misses. It's happening in the mind for Devon Conway. Rajan Dushkar said before play started this morning, he said their wish list was 180.
180 would have been a mountain. In this environment, 180 would have been a very big Malay atmosphere, a much more believable atmosphere to play in. This stage, at this stage, they are expecting this and here needs a partnership just to sit people back in their seats a bit. It's more believable. At this stage, they are expecting.
Oh, Mohammad Siraj. What has that hit? Because it has left. Wait, it's a cool ball to get.
Long balls that you set in the middle of going there with because that is exactly what David Conway had on the stage. What a lovely delivery. Again, angling in. Going there with
This time down the leg side. So much in the mind. And all
gamesmanship. I reckon Richard won about 200 wickets out of the that's not a game. He's getting the ball to both ways. It's going to be a good contest. This is what we wanted to see.
It's a massive contest. It really is. Conway was 91 in the first innings. Most bowlers pretty well. You have to think that all of us appreciably back off the scene. Pitch. Outside leg, missing leg by quite some margin. Conway will feel he's missed out on an opportunity there.
2-8.
haven't let the run score with these first 4 overs. Down the leg side.
And he did a bit of Bumrah magic and he gave it one left, Tom Latham, and the next one. To be further. Okay. Terrific deliveries to hit Young, hidden on the glove. The single from an Indian viewpoint because Bumrah gets to bowl at Devon Conway.
Got to be patient. That's one of his attributes. Very nasty, and he's very lucky because that ball would have ballooned up just about anywhere But he's now starting to see even more on this pitch.
Well, we talked about Devon Conway and the hands in the first innings, and they are delicate, and he doesn't like contact with it. No one really does a lot. And the good thing is that Rachin Ravindra is a very cool thinking young man. That was a nasty delivery. It really was. It spat at him off the length. And it just didn't clip the glove. It hit high on the glove.
He's holding grenades at the ball.
Oh, I saw the single in front of Jamaica. How can they get a second on the overthrow? They're not going to bother. Oh, it's come off young.
Run to Jadeja. It's your peril, especially on his left hand. Young was very quick. Young was very safe there, almost as if he was expecting the call. It's a really good single.
Tell you what, it's only been a few deliveries. He's only played 7. Conway's a big player here, but Young is looking quite composed. As I said, it's only 7 balls. Too early to draw a conclusion. But he's looking all right. It might not be a bad idea, actually, for New Zealand to have Young facing Bumrah more. Having said that, let's see how he tackles the last ball of this over. It's really taken off. You know, he's very lucky. He's very lucky. That could easily have ballooned to Gunny. That's not fine.
It's perfectly done. Very, very good. That's just the kind of beating up with the cliff sides. Rohit Sharma lost it to Mohammad Siraj, who's fielding us all up a couple of notches, 8 for 1.